Welcome to the Creative Masterminds podcast.
Yeah.
Another podcast, another week. My bad. I forgot to allow you to say the Fire Podcast tag.
For fire number 5.
Fire number 5.
On that tail. Yeah.
Yes, sir. This podcast is going to be a little bit different from the previous podcast. We did some self-analysis, some self-evaluation, which is going to be a topic, and realized that, you know what, we need to stick to our strength, which is more so motivating others. Motivating others.
Yeah.
And talking about how we self-improve and how we evaluate ourselves and become better, and so we can make sure that we achieve what we want to achieve in life. And so with that said, let's just start out and just talk about our week. Go ahead and cast and highlight what you did for this past week.
Man, I was getting up at the crack of dawn. My oldest son, he started kindergarten, so been getting him ready for school. So it's been a busy, super busy week.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, of course, been a little time consuming, but you know, he's getting in there and loving school and making friends. And actually last night I linked up with this cat that I had collaborated with. He's a artist, a rapper. He's pretty dope around. I think he's like 23, college student cat. And
was he the guy that you did the recording at the gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. So we linked up and add a little more to that song. We didn't quite finish it, but we got the concept down. So
nice.
So we should have that track finished and
cool.
Possibly put that on here, let everybody check it out, see what y'all think about it. But he's dope. He's a dope artist.
Damn, that really motivates me to get off my ass and actually reach out to these artists and get my music out there. And so that's dope. That's really dope.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Besides that, man, just getting in the studio, trying to create, getting back into mess around DJing, and I got a personal training job. That's another side thing. I'm doing.
Respect. Congrats.
For sure, man. Fitness, you know, I've always loved that, and just being active and sports and all that type of stuff. So that's just, you know, something I do, a little passion thing that hopefully blossom, you know, or grow into something much more. As I got a lot of ideas and things that will come from that. So y'all stay tuned to that and check me out on my social media and all that, because I'm gonna go up with it. So
yeah, for sure. And the social media will be blasted in the video. Make sure you check out the video on YouTube. We have a video version. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, we have upgraded. So that's very dope. It sounds like you had a very dope week. Yeah. And you got some stuff done. You're very productive.
Yeah.
Much respect.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Cool. For me, Sunday, I actually did a photo shoot with my fiance. Dope. She's trying to better her Instagram and have a better look to it. Mm-hmm. And so we did a photo shoot where she did some little things in the kitchen. She created some almond milk from scratch, and we did a photo shoot photographing like a whole setup with the almond milk and the almonds in the jar and the almond milk on the glass. Is all this different things that goes into almond milk, which is almonds, dates, and water. It's that simple.
Wow.
And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very simple. And so we did that shoot, and also we photographed her. Her in the kitchen, of course, and then also something else you made, which was some granola with pumpkin seeds, coconut flakes, and all these other different things, and photographed that. And so we did that on Sunday, as opposed to what I was originally going to do, which was a photo shoot with a makeup artist and another model. Mm-hmm. However, that just didn't pan out. The makeup artist canceled at the last minute, more so like the day before in the evening. Yeah. And of course, I was like highly frustrated with that, but I was like, whatever, let's do something. Or more so, my fiance saw that I was moping because I didn't have a photo shoot to do, and she was like, "Hey, let's photograph something in the kitchen." Like,
good woman. She stepped in and
because I was moping playing 2K and shit, which is what I do when I feel sad. I just play 2K, just feel better hitting threes. And so she's like, "All right, get off the game, photograph me doing stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool, appreciate it. Actually, made a full production type of thing where I took a C stand. A C stand is this metal contraption that you use to hold your lights, just to keep it very simple.
Yeah.
And so I used that, had that set up with the light and everything, and the flash and the beauty dish. It's all photography stuff. I do photography as well, if you didn't know. And so yeah, it was a full on shoot. It looked good. The pictures looked great, and so I'm happy about it. And moving on from that, what else I did? Of course, I did the editing and the audio engineering for the Creative Masterminds podcast.
Yeah.
And just really just kind of chilled out. I did some music production a little bit like the last few days. I kind of been away from it.
Yeah.
And just more so I've been trying to get my mind right. I've been really in a daze of sorts where I'm just like going through day to day, not really motivated, not really like focused on things. And of course that's horrible for me to be doing that in my current position, which is like no job. Like you don't have all, like I'm acting like I have all the time in the world, and I obviously don't. So like trying to get myself out of that, and we can talk about that later about how I got myself out of that state, or we can lead into it more so now and just talk about procrastination, which is what I was
Let's just go right into it.
Yeah, I was basically procrastinating and holding off. Due to some self-evaluation, some deep self-evaluation, I was able to identify that really I was just scared to shit to make mistakes. And so I was like
over-evaluating a little bit.
I was over-evaluating and just so scared to make mistakes and make people. I was just too much in my head, caring about what people think way too much, thinking that, all right, if I make a mistake in front of others, they'll think I'm a failure, which is kind of weird because I really don't care. I know I don't care like that, but I guess a deeper aspect of myself or subconsciously, I do care. Yeah. And so it's like really trying to work past that and get over my procrastination. And so what has really helped with that for me is reading Think and Grow Rich. I realized that, hey, I need to just start deciding no matter what, no matter if people like it, people hate it, or whatever. And I also learned that I don't need to wait on others as well to get things done.
That's what it is. Like when you can see a situation where you could have did better. I mean, it's done, so you learning from it. So
true.
That's that's a plus for sure.
And so, in summary, what I'm saying is like, it's a struggle. It's a day-to-day thing where I work to overcome my mind. That's like why I decided to exercise more and exercise every day. So get fit. Like even though like I may wake up and be like, okay, I don't feel like doing it, I just will myself and say like, you know what, my mind is not in control. I'm in control. Like my mind is a tool, and so
definitely
push past that and like force myself to do things even though I don't feel like doing it mentally. And so it's a process for sure. And like if you're out there procrastinating, like give yourself a chance, just do some self-evaluation, try to figure out why you're procrastinating. And I'm acting like I'm already wrapping up the topic, but my bad. Let you CAS, go into your opinion about procrastination and how you deal with it.
Procrastination, man, it's like it's for me, it's distractions that will cause me to procrastinate. Like I'll have the goal of what I'm trying to do, get done, and try to do and get done. But then distractions, there's so much stuff going on. Like it's hard to focus on one thought. You got all these thoughts coming in and all that. So it's good to write it down, like what you plan on, like a planner. I got a pretty good planner. You can record it. You got if you have the phone, you should have a voice app on there where you can record stuff. But just jotting it down, that's good for ideas, brainstorming, all of that. Because like I said, there's so many thoughts and so many distractions and things going on daily, every hour or whatever. So you need to it's better to writing it down and where you can see it, or recording it so you can hear it. It's simplifying it, so that makes it easier for you to go back and actually accomplish that goal or get it done what you need to get done. But allowing yourself to get distracted, and that's just for me. That's a major part of the procrastination, and just like I'll get to it later, or shoot, even forgetting about it because something else has came up. So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what's your biggest distraction? Like, what do you often wander off to? Like, for example, with me, I often wander off to like online, or I get on this one website called Boxed In, which I shouldn't be on because like the grimiest of the rap internet. It's terrible. And either Boxed In or YouTube,
Just the name
or
of
Twitter.
It, Boxed In. He got you boxed in. Like,
really, I mean, absolutely. It's like Boxed In, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yeah,
those are my things, and I actually have to set up devices on my computer to prevent me from going to these websites because I visit them too much. Like, so what for you is like your distraction?
Yeah, I mean, the internet, man, is very valuable. You can get, it's the king of content and information and all that, but it, on the flip side of it, the negative of it is the distraction. It's so much just I won't say nonsense, but of course it's nonsense.
Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense.
No value. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah. It seems like it's a good 80%, 90. I would say 90% nonsense. Before. Yeah. Then you gotta dig into to get the good stuff. So yeah, I agree with that.
And that's it. We even had distractions before that got big.
That's
or whatever.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But now that's like, it's crazy. Like, it's, and for the kids, man, I don't know how they gonna handle it. So, but
I kind of
social media for sure.
I would say I kind of think in the future I can see people just moving away from it because just the amount of mental taxing that these things give you and how they affect you. I can see people slowly but surely moving away, or just more so time boxing some of these things like social media. I can see like people going home and be like, all right, you know what, at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, hey, we're going to stop the social media stuff, or we're going to stop the internet. We're going to actually sit around a dinner table and talk and speak with each other and not have phones there. I can see that possibly happening just due to the mental health aspect of it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm hoping that it'll go to that. That way, but I don't know.
Because
I mean, you're right. I'm an optimistic guy.
Hey, that's how we should be. Hey, I'm hoping with you. I'm right in the same boat with you. We paddling, man.
Yeah.
But when you
You're right. Yeah, go ahead, go.
Yeah, no, but when you were saying that, man, I was like, you know what, like the social media or our phone or whatever will actually probably be like a visual either a robot that is like physically in front of us, or one of them 3D visualization hologram type of thing, that we would talk to. And
that'd be crazy.
I think that's what I'm saying.
That's next level Snapchat. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's actually a visualization thing, and it's all in one. Like, it's a phone. It's you want to watch a TV or whatever. It's something like a hologram or
So you saying like basically the distractions are gonna get more and more.
Yeah, it's gonna be visual.
Okay. That's okay. That's fire. Okay, I'm about to take it somewhere else, but we're gonna get in the weeds. But okay. That's okay. I can see that happening. Okay,
man. Especially because they already kind of do it in movies or whatever, and that's where it's led. And we definitely have the technology now to do that. It's probably super expensive.
Yeah.
But when they're able to, modify it and get it to where it can be household like phones, because at a time cell phones were expensive. All you had was the little huge car phone gray block, phones or whatever. So now everybody got an iPhone or Android or Samsung or whatever. So when they're able to make it cost effective and where they can get it in a household, every household, like a computer or whatever, it's possible, man. That shit can happen.
That's true. Okay, I'll work with that. All right, so we said all that to say that like the distractions would never stop.
We took
So
out a Minority Report or
yeah,
something.
the distractions would never stop. So it's better that you take hold and be able to manage those distractions so you won't procrastinate.
For sure, yeah.
And so because that's like the main thing, like where we dip off into these other worlds and then we just basically procrastinating. And I think that's a key way to also, for real, solve procrastination is like if there's a way for you to block yourself from going to certain places. Like for instance, I use this software called Self Control on my Mac.
Yeah.
And it prevents me from going to Twitter and also this website called Boxden and sometimes YouTube if I'm on it too much. And so I turn that tool on, and then for 24 hours, I can't go to these sites. And I'll find myself still trying to go to these sites.
Yeah.
And it'll like, okay, of course you can't see it. And so that was a real eye-opener and realize that, oh, shoot, I'm like low-key addicted to these sites. I need to chill out on them. So
that's accountability, holding yourself accountable, and that's how you make change. Like, you realize where the problem is, the issue is, and then you make changes. And gradually, slowly, is fine. I mean,
absolutely,
Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say, or whatever.
That's true. That's true. And I'll add this last tidbit to it is the fact that I learned, or after installing that self-control app and letting it work for me, actually develop better ways to use my time. Like, all right, if I don't want to work on my task, let me read this website that's in Spanish. Let me listen to this audio book. Let me go do some other thing that's more a benefit to me and not just consume trash all the time.
Constructive value, something.
Yeah. And so I'll say that for sure. That's
good.
How that software has helped me for sure. All right. So with that, we can lead into the discussion about self-evaluation. We talked about how we were able to self-evaluate ourselves and identify how we procrastinate. And so I'll let you lead off this discussion, CAS, and talk about self-evaluation and how you do it and your approach to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important, man. Like I was saying, writing it down, your goals, having something to a target to aim for and all that. That's very important. You don't want to just be stagnant, just living daily, day to day.
Yeah.
Because motivation, you want to be a self motivated, a self starter, because that's the type of people that are successful and enjoy life, and not those that just handle life the way it comes at them, but that are leaders and that try to make life in a way that they enjoy it, because that's what life is about, being happy. And of course there's ups and downs. We should of course we're going to experience every emotion that you can have, but you want to strive for what makes you happy, and self-evaluation is a great way to figure out what target, what goals you want, and what will actually make you happy. And to do that, you're gonna have to look within and ask yourself some questions. Write it down, and
be honest and be truthful when you answer these questions, because you need to understand this is fact upon fact, and I must call it fact, is that the truth is the answer to all your problems, all your issues.
Always.
The truth is the answer. Whatever the truth is, that's where you run towards, not run away from. If you run away from your truth, you're in trouble. You're in peril.
That's when problems come.
That's when, and the thing is, you can't duck and hide. You can't go under a bridge and hide from your truth. Not one way. It's going to eat you up. So be truthful with your answers to the questions, and you will find some resolution for sure.
Most definitely,
yeah. Okay, okay. I guess I can talk about my part.
Yeah.
All right. So with self-evaluation, it is essential. I can just give an example about how I evaluated myself. This week, I realized that I was spending a lot of time playing NBA 2K, over and over and over and over. And so,
hold on. What squad you be using?
I use OKC.
Okay.
I use OKC. I like that squad. I like Westbrook. I like Paul George. I like Carmelo Anthony. He contributes at times. And so I like that. I like running with that squad. I was having an issue beating Golden State because they're a beast in that game.
They stacked.
They're stacked as hell in that game. And it's like you got to switch up your defense and do all these different things. It's a real art and real science to it. That's why I like playing 2K. Yeah. However, I was playing it way too much. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, there's things I need to do. Like, I have a wedding in a few months.
Oh yeah.
I have to get money into this household. Like, I can't just live off my savings and investments. Like, what am I doing? And so I had to really sit there and just, as I played the game, I was like self-analyzing myself. Like, where are you running away from? Like, and I had to be honest. Like I said, I was like, or like I say that you should be with yourself. I was like, man, I'm just scared. I have a great amount of fear about making a mistake and making the wrong moves, and then everything is going to be all effed up, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's false, because there's always something you can do about being in a situation that you're in. Like you yourself, you can try to do something. There's a choice that can't be made. That's what I'm saying.
Let me say something though. It's a concept like of there is no mistakes. Whatever you do, you're gonna learn from it. As long as we still here, God bless us with life still.
True.
You're gonna learn from it, and your story, your journey is gonna continue on, and you'll adapt. So
true.
We all can learn from that.
Absolutely true. And it's funny that you say that, because it's like those things that like you're knowledgeable about. Like, yes, of course, it'll get better. Like, there's no losses, there's lessons and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But there's that deep subconscious feeling, that deep down fear that we don't want to go towards, that we ignore and act like it's not there. We can try
the critic.
The critic. We try to overcome it by, using our ego and saying, no, I'm the best of the best of the best. Like, no, that's you trying to overcome that internal critic within you who's telling you you suck, you're lame, you can't do anything.
We all have that buster, the critic.
So you gotta smack him up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do some self-evaluation.
1, 2.
Do some self-evaluation. And hey, I see you over there, fear. Hey, one time. You know what I'm saying? And so, I had to do that. I had to realize, like, oh, shoot, I'm just scared as hell. And then I realized, like, yo, you got to snap out of it. Like, if you're going to bet, like, which is what I'm doing, really, it's quitting my job, I'm making a bet on myself. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm a bet, I'm going to bet big. I'm going to put all chips on the table. Like, if I go out, I would go out on a big-ass horse blazing.
That's a faith move, man.
Yeah.
And that's
true.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
And I'll say to that that was a challenge on my faith. Like, and I spoke about this in my Instagram stories. Make sure you check me out on Instagram on @Shawn Breeze. Go ahead, give your Instagram.
Bang. CAS3 CAS_THREE.
Yeah, just so you guys know. And so that's why I said on my Instagram story about like the importance of challenging yourself in multiple ways, 3 ways mainly: mentally, spiritually, and physically. Sure. And how you challenge yourself spiritually is to do acts of faith. Do it at like, all right, I don't have the thing in my face, but I believe with all of my heart that if I do this move, this seed that I plant here will reap, or I will be able to reap a plentiful harvest from this seed that I plant.
Most definitely.
And so, I had to start doing that, where I just challenge myself spiritually and just walk on faith and go out there on faith and like, you know what? I'm going to do it no matter what. Nobody can stop me. Only me can stop me. And so, I have to do some self-evaluation to go overcome my fear and then get to that moment where like, you know what? I can do it. F it. I'm betting on myself. So.
Yeah, and like a thing that I've been trying to, implement in my life or whatever is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like in those situations where I'm uncomfortable, kind of push myself to push through that. The uncomfortable, not be to run from it or to ignore it or whatever,
That's
but
true.
face it and overcome it, push through that. You know what I'm saying? And that's for things that like, you might be a person might be afraid of or whatever. You should face it and push through it, because when you do that, when those things it's pretty much like, it's like lifting weights or whatever. You're training yourself to face those type of things. And when it happens, you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you're
true.
ready for it.
It's exactly like when you do some physical exercise. Like for me, it's with running. Like with running, I'm like, okay, I think I only can do 2 miles a day. Then I just said like, no, I can do 2.5, and I did 2.5.
Push it. Yeah.
I just push myself further and further, and like you'll realize that a lot of stuff is just straight mental. That's why I do make it a point to exercise in the morning, or I'm going to make it a point to exercise in the morning, first thing first, because I want to overcome my mental and be like, no, mental, you're a biatch.
Yeah.
You chill out. I'm in control. You're just a tool. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, for sure. And that has helped transform my life. And like I said, it's a process. I will fall, but I will get back up for sure.
Yeah, and see, I was talking to my daughter today that, you know, a person, your emotions are also affected by your movement, the body's movement.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person is depressed or going through some things, unmotivated, if you get to that point, the first thing is just get to that gym or do it at the house, do some jump rope and do some running or whatever. Because once you start doing that, you can't do that and stay in a depressed state of mind.
True.
In that emotion, your body movements will change your emotions as well. It affects that. A lot of people don't know that. Like if you're down or whatever, or you just like calm or whatever, if you look up, put your hands on your hips and you look up to the ceiling like the Superman, pose or whatever.
Hilarious.
Try it and tell me how you feel. Tell me if you still feel down or if you feel you're gonna smile. You go.
Okay, all right, feel a little good. Okay,
yeah,
all right, okay.
That body movement or that pose or whatever you want to call it, it changes your emotions. So that's facts right there.
Self-evaluation, I think we nailed it. That was a very dope subject.
Yeah,
that you brought it up,
for
CAS,
sure.
For sure. So with that said, we're about at the end of our podcast. Unfortunately, it's our new time thing. We're trying to make sure it's like 30 to 40 minutes.
We know y'all got all those distractions out there and stuff.
For sure.
So we're gonna give you a little taste. Y'all come back and check us out next week. You know.
Oh wait. Are we ending it, or is there one more thing?
Well, that was just saying it. Now we can
okay, my bad.
give them a little bit more. You know.
Like what's the tip we can get? Like
we could do it towards the process of starting a podcast. Because look, this is our 5th episode, and so we also want to let this be I don't want to say a how-to, but an example. If those who have been tuning in from the jump, and those who will come back later and check it out. This is how we started from scratch, and to show you that it's possible and how we did it, and you can learn from this and go your own way or however. So you have any tips like?
So first thing first, you have to be consistent and also be persistent for sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure we mentioned this before about how our first podcast never got recorded. Even though we watched it in Logic, the software, record, as soon as I pressed stop, it disappeared.
Yeah, it did record, but it was the haters. I don't know where the haters.
Was some interview like, are you guys really serious about this? Like, yeah, we serious, but no, you ain't serious. And then they just
delete
re-record it. And so we're like, first we were puzzled. We were extremely puzzled, but then we were like, you know what? This was a practice run, and let's move forward. And so I'll say the key will be in that interaction that we had afterwards, which was like, okay, you know what? It happened. Let's try again. And so, of course, the next time it went down, I double checked and made sure I did like a test podcast beforehand.
Yep.
I just ran it for 60 minutes to make sure that it's saved, and then we haven't had the issue since. And so, yeah, for sure, you got to be persistent and consistent, because we do it at least every Monday, and make sure that we launch it on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.
For sure, yeah, and we were super excited. Like it got erased or whatever, it disappeared.
Yeah,
but we were so excited because of how it went. Like that was our first time doing it, and I was like, whatever, I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah.
We'll get it right the next time. So I was happy to do it and excited, even though it didn't, we couldn't post that one, but it was fun, and I had a good time,
Yeah, you should. Like, I wish I could convey the levels of confusion that was going on within me. I'm like at that time, I'm like, okay, that's crazy. All right. And so, yeah, any tips you can provide about starting the podcast?
Like you said, man, it's the consistency. Get with somebody that you have, a good flow with, a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to be going at it or whatever, conflicting. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I got for right now.
That's funny. Like, yeah, you don't want to have a podcast with somebody you can't even like have a discussion with or even articulate ideas and have a good dialogue back and forth.
For sure.
I'll say like our chemistry came quite natural. We just like had like natural chemistry via text and just our conversations about how we improve and how we become better and better.
Right.
And then when the podcast was ready to go, we were already good with the flow and everything and having good dialogue back and forth.
Right.
And so that's why I'm really proud of this podcast because everything came together very organic, very natural. And so we should be in Whole Foods like tomorrow, for sure.
Straight up. So and y'all are witnessing us find our way through it. So that's why it's another reason y'all should tune in. This is a dope podcast for those who have an interest of it. Because I think a lot of people out there are like, man, I got some not an industry, but some topics for a podcast or whatever. Well, shoot, you should get together with some people and create it. So.
Yeah, and best believe, like if you're interested in it, somebody out there is also interested in it as well. You're not alone.
Facts.
So, with that said, this is the Creative Masterminds podcast.
You dig.
Fire podcast. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
You got Shawn Breeze, and you also got
CAS 3.
For sure. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on the YouTube. Also, follow us on SoundCloud and follow us on Instagram, The Creative Masterminds. And with that said, we are out.
See y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.